Hey folks, hope you're well. My lights weren't on there. Just thought I'd leave a very quick message. First of all, happy end of January. This is a great time of the year. He says, leaping into his light and trying to get it censored. You've got a close-up view of my intense face there. Okay, so if I can get the camera focused in, that's great. Now, I want to tackle a subject. This is really important. I don't know if you can see it. It says purpose and it's pointing towards a house there. Those of you building passionately your property businesses right now, the end of January is such a great time because you've had your first month into the year. You set goals back end of last year, i.e. end of December. And now we've gone through that first month of the year. And all the intentions that you set out for the year are obviously now underway. One of the things that can happen is people's motivation can wane. Maybe some of the targets you set in the first month you haven't quite hit, and there's a sense of frustration. And that can sometimes lead to like a little bit of anxiety, or possibly the flip side to that is a lack of momentum, even to the point where people go, oh my gosh, maybe I should just ease off a little bit. And this is why it's so important to come back to purpose. And as a property investor, it's really important to swing your purpose back and direct it towards each of your properties. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a couple of things here with you that I've found really beneficial to me over the years, having done this, and see if I can just get this up for you just for a second. Okay, so first things first. As you start to look into the remaining 11 months of this year, it's really important to refocus. If you've hit your targets and you've hit them easily, fantastic. Maybe you need to review and say, oh, actually, let me increase the targets that I've got for next month because I've got the bandwidth to do that. So that's an opportunity to do something positive if you've already achieved the goals that you had for this month easily. If, on the other hand, you've been struggling a little bit and you found that you haven't got as many properties accepted, or the numbers haven't worked out on deals, or you've had some setbacks with the finances, there's any number of things that can happen in the space of a month, then it's really important to focus back in on what your motivation is. What's your purpose for doing this? So a really simple approach, particularly for those of you that are on the journey at the moment and you're sort of starting out and you're heading towards a goal of financial independence, is to identify clearly what your key outgoings are. So, for example, gas bill, how much does that cost every single month? Is it 80, 70, 100, 150, 200, 220? Electricity bills, the same thing. How much does that cost on a monthly basis as an average? And if you really want to be clean and clear about this, to cover that bill every single month, look over the last 12 months and identify what your biggest bill was and maybe aim to cover that. The other option is to take an average over the year as well. Just don't go and take the lowest. So do that. Council tax bill, there's another list. Bill. Your phone bills, what are they? I found this to be a really powerful exercise because you're going to end up with probably half a dozen or more key outgoing costs that are essential to your survival, to your living, to your paying, your existence, and looking after the kids, etc. And then what you do is you put those on the wall, or you put them onto a spreadsheet. You could do a board, it's entirely up to you. And you have either a copy of the bill, or maybe you've got a printed title, electricity bill. Now, the objective then is to assign a property to each one of those bills. So if your electricity bill's £190 a month, you want to target a property that achieves at least £190 a month. If your gas bill's more than that, you want another property that's assigned to that. Your council tax is another one. Might be that you've got a deal that you're looking at, which is a house of multiple occupation, and it might be producing £500 a month, in which case you say, right, okay, that will cover both electricity and gas bills. But it's really important to assign these and get freaking motivated about this, because all of a sudden it gives it a meaning. I can still remember back in 2002, I'm going back a long time now, it's 20 years ago this year, driving down from, I think it was somewhere like Padiham or Darwin in Lancashire, and we'd found a property and the cash flow was £190 a month. That doesn't sound like a lot, but I remember at the time thinking, oh my God, that's going to cover this bill. I think it was like a phone bill and something else. Now, bear in mind, that was a property that we were buying between two of us, all right, in a partnership. So it's split down the middle. So it's roughly, it doesn't sound like a lot, does it? Roughly £100 a month. But you go to anyone and you say, right, transfer £100 a month as a standing order into my bank account every single month. And they'll go, but hold on a minute, that's 100 quid, that's like 1,200 quid a year, that could pay for X. So exactly, that's the point. So what I'm saying is really attach a strong meaning to that. So assign a property or a property to a bill or to several bills, depending on the size of the property deal that you're doing. And that really gives a sense of meaning. And then celebrate the steps. You might go, oh my God, how's it gone this week? Well, all we've managed to do is get the legals going. Celebrate it. That's the first step towards getting that bill paid. It could be that the mortgage paperwork's been completed and know what's going on there, and it's off with the mortgage broker right now. Fantastic. Celebrate that. It might be that you've had a few rejections on, you maybe put 10 offers out on properties, all of them got rejected. Another week you did 10 offers, all of them got rejected. Third week in, you did a load of offers and one got accepted. Celebrate the acceptance. Don't people get so focused on all the stuff that didn't work. Oh, I got these 20, 30 properties that all got rejected. Those rejections could come back and become yeses at some point in the future. So celebrate even the small steps. I mean, I'm a big believer in gratitude every day. I always, in the morning, just remind myself of what I'm grateful for. In your property business, it's always going to be challenges. So don't forget to celebrate those challenges. Okay, that is it. Give each property a purpose. When they go over the line, go celebrate that. And then every single month, be grateful that somehow you got to a point where you were able to learn, be in this space. And now you've got an opportunity that so many people don't have. When I was in my 20s, late 20s, early 30s, I didn't have this in my armory. So everything was about going out and earning everything to pay the bills. The minute you start to see an asset paying and covering a bill and another bill, remember, your freedom figure might not be massive. It might not be 8, 9, 10, 15,000 pound a month. It might be £1,500 to 2,000 pound a month. But imagine chipping away at that. Even I found if you got 2 or 3 properties in place, it made you breathe differently in the morning. You felt more relaxed. You got that covered. Those properties have got you back in that area. That's the way to look at it. All right, I'm going to sign off. Hope you had a great day. It's Dr. Rose signing out. Thanks for the thumbs up, by the way. Oh, by the way, remember, if you're following us on Instagram, follow us there. I've got to remind you to do this as well. So, yeah, just go out and get whatever it is you do. Get inspiration, get motivation, find people out there that you are feeling empowered by. There's some great people around you in this space. Connect to people that are training you and various people like that, and just get inspired, because sometimes you just need someone that's been down the track a little bit further, that's had the bumps and grinds, just to give you a pat on the back, to give you a hug over the internet, whatever it is. But just stay plugged in, because that's your way you're going to stay motivated. Hang out in the right groups and associate with the right people. And remember, when you see somebody else have a success, to put a message out there and celebrate their success as well, because it just gives them that little bit of boost. Which sometimes it's just nice to receive something from somebody else that you weren't expecting. All right, I am definitely signing out now.